Hi, my name is Kimberly Ann Rivette, and I reside in Andover, Connecticut. I am currently a district sales consultant for a beauty supply company. We were all going like 35 or 40, and the traffic just all came to a screeching halt, and the guy behind me, I kind of braced the wheel and I looked in my rear view and I saw him, and he didn't stop. I could see that he was looking down at his console, and so I braced. And they said that's part of why I got hurt, because I braced so hard, because I saw it coming, and then he just hit me. So he climbed in the back of my truck. So I think if I didn't, and I hit the car in front of me. So I think if I didn't have a truck, it would have been much worse. You know what I mean, like a big SUV. I wasn't feeling. I mean, I think we were all stiff and upset and shaken, and I was crying and whatever. And they had asked if I wanted to take an ambulance, and I had said no. And the vehicle was drivable. It was still drivable, actually, so it didn't need to be towed. I couldn't get in to see my doctor, Dr. Orris, so I went to her. She's an x-ray technician, and they did x-rays at her clinic. And then from there, I went to the emergency room. And so they just said you had whiplash and things like that, and, all the basics from a regular accident. And I was just 100% healthy, strong, was in the Army for 5 years, was military, just, never asked for help, never have a lot of pain ever. And so just, it just was, I knew that something else was wrong. And so one of the physical therapists that I was working with had said that she worked for a doctor named Dr. Kozar and Dr. Tortland. So after the accident, we had gotten home and we had realized that, this guy totaled my car, and we didn't know what to do. And the guy was an uninsured driver, but the company wasn't, and we just felt like we needed an attorney. When we had decided to call an attorney, it was basically because I knew that after going to the emergency room and going to the doctor's office that something else was wrong, that it wasn't just, I had a little whiplash, the pain was much more than that. Like I'd said, it was just a day or two after the accident, but it was the night I'd come home from the hospital that we decided to call Frank. We just wanted to make sure that we recovered. My car was wrecked. I was hurt. We didn't know what else would come of it. We just really wanted to make sure that we did everything correctly. My boyfriend at the time was in the car with me, and he also had a small case with Frank, but he wasn't hurt. He wasn't really injured. And so we both just loved him and trusted him right away, and the reason why I didn't settle was because I didn't quite know the extent of my damages of my injury, and I didn't want to settle until I felt like I was done with treatment. And so I wasn't in any kind of hurry. I mean, it was to the point where I couldn't lift a laundry basket, I couldn't mow the lawn, I couldn't get myself up off the toilet. It was just so bad in the beginning. The accident changed my life in such a way. I mean, I have daily pain every single day, constantly. I mean, I bought a Tempur-Pedic mattress thinking that it was going to be this great, wonderful thing, and it's awful. I wake up in more pain than ever. So it's like if I don't get on the floor and start stretching and do some yoga and just pull my body apart, that I can't lift my legs up to put my jeans on. I could show you if you'd like. I can't lift my leg up to put my socks on. I can't lift up either leg without holding on to something. I just don't have the strength or the pain in my hips. It's amazing. It's awful. The pain is awful. I would do anything to have my body back the way that it was. It is what it is. So you make the best of it. They offered me like $25,000 or something like that. I think they went as high as $100,000. I don't remember the exact number, but it was something very similar to that. During the trial, for testimony, we had friends, family, and a wonderful testimony from my doctor, Dr. Kozar. One of the first witnesses that we had was my younger brother, actually. He's 10 years younger than I am, and he was so distraught during the accident because I had changed so much from going into a very energetic physical person to somebody in a lot of pain. So Frank did an incredible job with actually asking him questions, and I think that between my brother's testimony and Frank's incredible questions, that it really made a difference in the trial. I remember with the other attorney when she had me up on the stand and she kept trying to twist everything around and ask me these questions that were not accurate. They were trying to prove that this injury could have been from something else, and so that was just the farthest thing from the truth. When the jury was out and the trial was over, I think the anticipation of what was going to happen, I knew that they were either going to come back with a very low amount or a very substantial amount. I just felt like there wasn't going to be a whole lot in between. It was incredibly emotional. It was completely overwhelming. And when they did come out of that room and they told us the amount, it was so emotional for all of us. We were all totally shocked and blown away, but part of me thought that that was what was going to happen, because it wasn't somebody who was faking an injury or somebody that was, I don't know, I believed that it would happen. And Frank was so great with covering all his bases and just dotting his I's and crossing his T's. And as far as the compensation goes, it was very, very fair. We were very thrilled with what we received. It changed my life. I mean, I just, that money enabled me to change my life. I mean, I don't have a car payment, I don't have debt other than my mortgages. So it gave you freedom. If you go with an attorney like Frank McCoy, it is truly, he cares about you, he cares about the case. I didn't feel like I was just a number. I didn't feel like I was a file in the filing cabinet. I really didn't. I truly felt like he cared about me as a person, along with caring about the case.